as you get better at the mind coming and listening to the heart and saying, what can I do for you today, baby? What do you need? What would make you feel good? It's kind of like a love story inside of your body. Hey, welcome back to my channel. So my name's Heather. I am a divine union coach. If you don't know what that means, it's because I made it up. I'm a manifester. If you guys know human design, I am a manifester. I am a divine union coach, which I help you get unified heart and mind for epic relationships in your life. So welcome. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about self-love and what that means. So it's taken on a new meaning for me lately. If you don't know me very well, just recently went through a divorce and spent a lot of time alone. I really wanted to heal internally first before jumping into another relationship, and I've spent a lot of time doing that. So here I am. Something I've discovered a lot in the last little bit is the difference between my heart and my mind, and what they sound like, and the way that the two of them operate differently. I've recognized that heart energy is very feminine energy. It is being, it is desiring, it is this flowing and often changing energy. Mind is very masculine. It's very direct and thinking and doing and trying to solve and take care of everything, right? So I've noticed this is very masculine energy. This is very heart energy. They're different. And when they're in conflict, there is a lot of chaos and conflict externally. So as I realized that, I thought, okay, I've got to get these two on board with each other. Once I do that, then I'll be able to have more harmony within my external relationships. So that is now what I do. I help people in my private practice gain clarity internally, gain union internally, so that they can have epic relationships and have this love that they know exists. And, either call it in if you're not in a relationship. I help you learn how to get unified here first and then call in the right relationships for you. Or if you're already in a relationship, how to get clear in that relationship and get the masculine feminine harmony going externally. So I freaking love it. Let's see what I want to talk about today. So when we talk about love in general, love can mean many different things to different people. I heard recently, someone can say I love you, and that means I want to spend the night with you. And some people can say I love you, and that means I want to spend my life with you. Love really is so defined by so many people, and it's important for you to know what love means to you and what it feels like for you. When it comes to self-love, I feel like it gets even more jumbled, and we get even more confused of like, what does that mean? So here's what it means to me. Experiencing love for myself isn't necessarily getting massages, which I'm a massage therapist, so I do that often. It's not necessarily just like self-care or pampering or any of those things on the surface. What self-love means to me is listening to my heart and doing that thing. So when we go back to masculine, feminine energy, I'll just talk about my personal life. I'll be like, nope, like we've got to get all this stuff done. We've got to look good, do good, act good, like all the things. So the brain's like, nope, this is what I've got to do to like maintain, to look like a good person type of thing. Whereas the heart might be longing for something entirely different. So very first step one for me is getting to know the heart and what the heart is desiring. Once I know what the heart is desiring, it's doing that thing without regret or apology. It's not always the easiest thing to do what the heart is asking, and it's not always linear, and it's not always fun. So let me give you some examples of what this means to me and how I discovered it. So I have these journals. I wish I had one like closer to me so I could show you. But I have these journals. It's like a sun and a moon, whatever. And I started doing these conversations between my heart and my mind. And I teach this in my workshops and in one-on-one coaching with me. But I'll draw like a little heart and I'll like say what my heart's saying. And then I'll draw a little brain and I'll say what my brain is saying. And oftentimes the heart will be like, oh, like I just really want this thing. And the brain is like, but like that's not how we do it. It's not how things work in the real world. Like it takes a lot for the brain to get on board, I will say, in my own world. So the heart is very aspirational. It desires things. It can kind of see into the future and see the spiritual potential of things. That's why women are so good at seeing like the potential of mates, right? It's a very feminine thing to be able to look into the future and see potentials. And the heart will be like, oh, like okay, for instance, I really want to start teaching about divine union. That's my heart, is like, I really have a lot to say about this. I see myself on stages. I see myself speaking. I see myself traveling with my family and having, all of these things. So my heart will do that, right? Very feminine. And my brain is like, ah! But you're already working 3 jobs and you are going through a divorce. What are people going to say if you get online and start talking about love after you literally just got divorced? Like, who are you? The brain is a little bit like, seriously? You're going to ask me to do this? You're going to ask me to do this. And it takes a minute. And I have taken some classes from Joe Dispenza, and he talks about this river of change. And I realized, okay, there's so much communication and talk in the world of like masculine being the leader. Yes. Yes. And I actually see it differently. I see the heart as being the leader and the masculine as making that get done. So I need to make a whole other video about that, of who's the leader between the man and the man and the woman, or the masculine and the feminine. That is a loaded topic, and I've learned so much about it from myself, because when a man or the masculine does not listen to the feminine, it's kind of like shooting in the dark, hoping to please it. Like, I think I'm going to do the right thing. I think this is what will make her happy. And it's off because it's not listening. So what goes on internally is very much a reflection of what's going on externally. And oftentimes all the masculine wants is to please the feminine. It's like, if it could do anything, it just wants to make it happy. But it's also trying to jump the gun and lead without listening first. Does this make sense to you? In my opinion, the heart, or the feminine, is the true leader. As the masculine listens, then it's like, okay, now I know what to do. Now I can see where we're going. Now I can see where we're heading. So if you think of crossing this river of change, and he talks about the brain being the wild stallion, Joe Dispenza discusses this. So the brain is this wild stallion, and you have to like keep like, nope, we're making a change. Anytime we want to make a change in our life, it's really hard. It's just easier to stay the same, right? It's just easier to just do what we do and leave it at that. Whenever the heart starts aspiring to something, desiring and longing for something, whether it's true love with your soulmate, whether it's making a a dream, like a business idea or a dream, a reality, whether it's losing weight or getting healthier, the heart will be longing for it, right? And the brain's like, are you sure? What about if we just started tomorrow? What if we waited until, like, other people thought that you were worthy of doing this? What if we waited until like a little bit longer after your divorce so you could start talking about love again? This hair is driving me freaking nuts. What is going on? It's just gonna be the the brain will just do that. It's like, we're not ready. um Give me some more time. And when there's devotion and love inside the body, and when the masculine or the brain starts looking at the feminine like, I just want to make all of your dreams come true. I'm listening, and I see you, and I see your vision, and I'm on board, and I'm going to figure out a way for it to happen, baby. When you get that going on inside of you, that to me is self-love. It's kind of like a love story inside of your body. I think it's so beautiful. And as I have a guided meditation for like the brain coming to the heart and listening, so feel free to check that out. But as you get better at the mind coming and listening to the heart and saying, what can I do for you today, baby? What do you need? What would make you feel good? And when the heart continues to share what it really wants and what it's desiring, very feminine, and the brain's like, got it. I got you. I will do this for you. Masculine energy is the grit. It is the doing energy. It's the one that makes it happen. And if your masculine energy is really weak, this looks a lot like setting goals and giving up on them. Male and female can both have this weak masculine energy where we're not actually doing the things we want for a happy, healthy life. And you'll see that you're very unfulfilled without that masculine energy being strong and saying, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to spend this much time, and I'm going to make it happen for you. And obviously in male female relationships, or male and female bodies, this is going to look different. Typically a female is more in tune with her feminine energy, but she needs both. So the brain is going to have to find a way to do it in feminine ways, like, okay, we're going to find a way for this to work for us. But the brain needs to make it happen. It needs to close its eyes and imagine waking up at, I wake up at 4:45, so in my head, I will lay down at night and visualize, okay, I'm going to wake up at 4:45. I'm going to do A, B, C, D right as soon as I wake up. All of these things. The brain is the one that's got to generate that and make it happen. And then actually do it. Get the body on board, right? When we start getting this harmony going, though, that is self-love. That's when our lives really expand and we become this beautiful magnetic being, whether you're male or female. When you're doing this for yourself, you are magnetic, and you will be calling in love because you're loving. You're loving you. So it's just like love is all around you. And when I first started doing this work, my main goal was like, I want my soulmate. I want to be in love. And I thought I was doing it for this external person to show up. And the more I did it, the more, I think I'm going to cry here. The more I realized I'm enough. And the more I know I deserve the best, and I'm willing to wait for it, and I don't really care how long it takes for it to show up. So to me, this is what it means to love yourself. It's to let the heart lead and to let the brain be like the dude that makes it happen. Is this weird as shit? I don't know. It makes sense to me. So, wanted to make a video on it and share it. Anyway, if you like this video, want more of these videos, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe. If you want to work with me personally, there are options of ways to do that below.